Today on Newsbytes, U.S. military aid for Ukraine, cybersecurity trust, Soros backing Biden, Trump's January 6th woes, European polarization, and the fall of Threads. Get ready for the rundown on today's Newsbytes. So, Uncle Sam is opening up his wallet again for Ukraine. This time we're talking about a cool $1.3 billion in military aid. It's not just any aid though. We're talking air defenses, counter-drone systems, exploding drones, and ammo. It's all part of the USAI program, which lets the Biden administration buy weapons from the industry instead of using our own stockpile. And in other news, the Biden administration is getting serious about cybersecurity. They've just launched a new program called the U.S. Cyber Trust Mark Initiative. Think of it like the Energy Star program for rating appliances, but for cybersecurity. Its advertised intent is about helping us pick out smart devices that are less likely to get hacked. Big tech companies like Amazon, Google, and Samsung are all on board, despite having serious security issues with their devices. Is this ESG, but for cybersecurity? And finally, let's talk about the 2024 presidential election. George Soros and his son Alex just maxed out their donations to President Biden's re-election campaign. That's $6,600 each. And it's just not a one-time thing. They're expected to keep the cash flowing, supporting Biden's re-election efforts and backing super PACs that are on his side. And Trump announced that he's a target in the January 6th grand jury investigation, a status that often signals an impending arrest and indictment. Trump says this is a politically motivated move by the Biden administration. In addition to this, he's also dealing with charges for obstruction of justice over document handling during his presidency, falsifying business records in New York, a sexual abuse case, and a case in Georgia concerning election interference.
Do you remember Threads? Instagram's attempt at a Twitter competitor. It had a booming launch last week with over 100 million users, setting a record for the fastest growing app. However, the hype was short-lived. Within a week, daily active users plummeted from 49 million to 23 million. At its height, Threads had nearly half of Twitter's usage, but now it's down to about 22%. The app is also grappling with issues like spam accounts and users being censored for posting news, leaving many confused as to how to use Threads in the first place. Should they post on Instagram and then post the same thing on Threads? Or is that just double posting? Despite the initial surge, Threads now sits at about fifth the size of Twitter in terms of daily active users. So, a study from the Mercator Forum for Migration and Democracy at the Technical University of Dresden in Germany has found that left-wing and Green Party supporters reject the opinions of others with differing views more than their right-wing counterparts. This is especially true when it comes to climate change and pandemic responses. On the other side, conservative voters in the study were pretty set in their ways when it came to emigration. And it's not just happening in one place. The survey showed that left-wing and Green Party supporters rejecting opposing opinions is a trend across 9 other European countries. In autumn last year, in cooperation with YouGov, the Mercator Forum conducted the survey with around 20,000 people from Germany and 9 other European countries to get this study. The study also talks about effective polarization, i.e. people that encounter each other with emotional rejection on important socio-political issues. Good news though, Germany's not top of that. In terms of effective polarization, in Europe, top spot goes to Italy, followed by Greece. Effective polarization was least pronounced in the Netherlands, Czech Republic and France. So, could the parties of tolerance perhaps be the ones that are not so tolerant after all?
From U.S. military aid to cyber trust, Soros backing Biden and Trump's trials, and European polarization to Threads decline. We got a lot to unpack, so weigh in by commenting below. Want straight news? Hit subscribe, share your thoughts, and stay tuned. See you next time on Newsbytes.